Welcome back to our channel. This week we explore Shark Bay. The diverse landscapes of Shark Bay are home to a multitude of animal and plant life, some of which are found nowhere else in the world. Stay tuned as we explore this unique and one-of-a-kind area. I'm Erin and this is Danny and the littlest member of our family River. We are making our way around Australia with our home in tow. Subscribe to follow along and keep up to date with our adventures.
So we're heading into Monkey Mere today. On the way in here we've seen about 5 emus already, so that's pretty cool. They're all over the place here. Really beautiful day as usual. Like, look at that, not a cloud in the sky. On the way in here it's just a beautiful drive. There's not many big trees, so it's kind of like all these shrubs. But then you can see like just beautiful aqua water for miles up all the ridges you go over. It's just beautiful. Right, so we just pulled up, dropped off the caravan. It has a pretty like resort style feel, this Monkey Mere place. I think it actually is kind of like a resort because you come in and you got like a really big huge reception area. Yeah, so we're just going to go for a walk down the beach because the beach is right there, like literally caravan's there. You can see the water behind us and go check it out. Yeah, you can already see quite a few emus around here. Look at these guys. A couple of little baby emus there. Walking through the park. So you got to like make sure you don't leave food or anything outside or your rubbish because these guys get into it. Man, how nice does this look? Pretty beautiful. What do you reckon?
Stunning, hey?
Look at the day on it. Wow, some starfish.
Awesome.
It's all red and green.
River, do you want to look at it? Look at all the starfish.
What I thought was gone, sitting in my pocket, in plain sight, all alone. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let.
Oi! Ha! Out of here! Get out! Go away! Emu's trying to eat our bin. Cheeky guys. Wasn't really outside, but they're still trying to come in and get it. Look at him. So that was a pretty fun little afternoon. Just thought we'd go down for a bit of a fish down off the point here. So walked out, second cast, pulled in like a decent sized brim, so that was alright. Filled him up for later. Got one little tiny little garfish, chucked him to the pelicans. So I gave them a bit of a feed. And there's a big dugong too. I was walking out about waist deep and this big dugong came right past. That's pretty cool. There's a little bit of footage there for you to look at of him. So yeah, pretty good, pretty happy with the afternoon, it's pretty fun. So just going for a walk this morning to check out the dolphin feeding down here. It's like one of the main attractions here at Monkey Mere, or Monkey Mire, whatever you call it. So Erin and River are already down there, so I'll come see if there's anything there. Yep, there's a lot of people here, so I'm pretty sure the dolphin's here. Next stop this morning, we're heading down to the Park Aquarium. So I actually don't really know what this place is all about, but Erin looked it up. Apparently you can feed sharks and stuff like that. So they've got like massive aquariums in here, I think.
So it's an hour-long tour, and then they include shark feeding as well. So we don't really know much more about it, but I guess we'll find out.
So apparently they've got heaps of big aquarium tanks out the back there. We'll go for a walk through.
Can you open it?
So Ocean Park is different from your traditional aquarium. Most of the sea life are in big round tanks, and a marine biologist runs the tour, giving a ton of information on all of the fish. We certainly learnt a lot from this tour and can see why it has such high reviews.
So she's just going to eat these right out of my hand. And she's just really cute like that.
Like, did you know that 70% of the world's sand is actually excreted by parrotfish? The parrotfish nibble on coral, however they can't metabolize it, so yep, it then comes out the other end.
We're wrestling with the sharks today, everybody. Go! Keep it going, mate. Keep it going. He's fighting for his food.
Today we're going to head all the way down to Little Lagoon, which is right beside Denham. We've driven past it a few times. It looks like a really awesome spot. So seems like a perfect day to go down there. We're going to set up the paddleboard, I think, go for a bit of paddle around. So it's like a really big lagoon. Even though it's called Little Lagoon, it's actually pretty big. And it's fed by a little creek from the ocean. How good's this spot, Chan?
Beautiful, hey?
Yeah, this is awesome. You can drive right down to the side here, park your car right near the edge of the lagoon. Look at that water. It's bloody beautiful.
Nice and calm this morning too.
Yeah. Perfect morning for this. So let's get the cool cabana around, I reckon. Set that up and the paddleboard, pump that up. Going to take the paddleboard out with me little flick rod, take it out to the deeper water out there, see if I catch anything, see how we go.
How good's this? We have the whole lagoon to ourselves. See Danny way out there.
Check how clear this water is. Very beautiful. So good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick this line out the back, and then I'll probably just paddle along and kind of tow it, like kind of trawl along with my lure. See if I have any luck doing that. No luck on the lure on the paddleboard today. Super nice, relaxing paddle though. It's like such a big lagoon you explore. It's all like fairly shallow, but out a bit deeper there actually, out the blue area, it starts to get pretty deep. So I feel like if I had like a little canoe with an electric motor or something, that'd be really good because I could just get around real quick. So I feel like the fish are probably hanging in like certain spots of the lagoon. You have to go and try and find them. So now we've come right down the other end of the lagoon. This is like a little creek that flows in from the ocean. See it behind me there. So apparently about 4,000 years ago, when the sea levels rose, that's how this little lagoon got created. So originally it was just like a little, it was at the bottom of like some sand dunes. But then the sea level rose and flooded it all, and now it's, for the last 4,000 years, this little creek's been feeding it. So it's full of like sea life in this little creek along here. So apparently there's plenty of little flathead and stuff. So we'll have a bit of a flick along here, see if we have any luck. Watch out. Oi! Bloody pelicans trying to attack. Oh, we got two. Your pelicans coming in. Stay back, mate.
Alright, you deal with the fish.
Yeah. Two little ones. So Erin hooked up something big. She was playing with it for a while and was struggling a bit, so I decided to take over. I was fighting with it for a while and I had the inkling that it was a stingray because of the way it was pulling. It didn't have that tail bash you normally feel from bigger fish. So unfortunately I was correct. It was a stingray, not the big fish we were hoping for. What do you do with this?
You move your hand and you show the dugong where you want it to eat.
Ah.
It eats the grass.
Interesting. So it's interesting, at one point the pearl shells are actually worth more than the pearls themselves. That's because they used to have a big demand for them over in London, so they'd ship them all over into London and use them for buttons, inlays and on pants and stuff like that. So if you want to know about the history of the area, definitely worth coming to the Discovery Centre. It's only $12.50 per person, so it doesn't cost much, and you could spend like probably an hour or two in there just reading everything in the history of the area. Also, you know, the HMS2 Sydney, the ship that was gunned down by a German ship. There's like a little free movie you can watch in there. It goes for half an hour and it just kind of goes over the whole events of what happened there. So that's pretty cool. And also there's, if you're into like looking at art and stuff, there's a nice gallery beside it. It's actually pretty good, some of the photos. I'm generally not that into art galleries, but still worth visiting. Like, I actually quite like those photos in there. A lot of ones that are pretty cool. They almost look kind of like 3D-ish, like the colours really pop out. I don't know, it's pretty cool. We've got a really cool playground area here for kids. You've got some kids, you want to come through this Denham area, along the waterfront here. Pretty cool. They're made out of like natural timber and stone and stuff. Okay, so this morning we're heading down to Shell Beach. The reason it's called Shell Beach is because literally the entire beach is just made up of shells. It's not like your normal sand beach. It's one of the only beaches in the world apparently that are like this. The salinity on the beach here is almost twice as salty as the open ocean. So it allows the one species to flourish in the billions. That's why there's all those little shells, because it's certain species of cockle and there's just billions of them. Yeah, so it's all these little cockle shells. You can see little miniature cockle shells. The entire beach is made up of these. There is a bit of sand still, like I kind of thought it'd be just 100% of these shells, nothing else. But like when you first get on the beach, before you get down to the water's edge, there's actually a bit of sand still. So the reason it's so salty, and the reason those cockles thrive in this environment, is because like the water flows into Hamelin Pool over top of like the shallow sandbanks and like the weed beds, and basically you can't really flow back out very easily. So the water gets flowing in and then it evaporates, which obviously means that more water comes in and it gets saltier and saltier. That's why it's so salty. So basically the cockles, they survive just off an algae that grows on them. Algae survive off photosynthesis, and so it's like a symbiosis relationship. So not many other animals can live in this environment because it's so salty. So there's only a few species that actually survive in there. But yeah, pretty interesting. Righto, so we left Shell Beach. Now we've moved on to check out the stromatolites. I think they're called stromatolites, I think it is. Yeah, so what they are is basically like a single-celled organism that like clumps together to form like a reef-like structure. So the reason they're significant is because they're basically the same as the first single-celled organism that ever lived on the planet. So they're actually protected and you can't walk out and touch them or anything. So they've got like a big fence up around it, stopping from people going out and destroying them. So you can only really look at it from a distance because they've normally got a broad walk that goes out. It's about 200 meters long. You can walk out there, but it got destroyed in the storm, so they've closed that at the moment. But what I might do is try and zoom in with my camera and see if we can get a bit of a closer look, and also might fly the drone over. Yeah, so you can see the broad walk out here. It's all been destroyed like halfway along there. So this is a fence. This fence along here where they don't let you walk past. Good morning, guys. So today it's the time to say goodbye to Monkey Mere. It's been a bloody nice spot here, very relaxing, the resort style. We've had pretty good weather, but we've had a bit of a few windy days and that, but like pretty much been sun all the time, no rain, so that's been good. So next we're on to Carnarvon. So Carnarvon's got a bit more like shops and everything like that, a bit more of a bigger town, which would be good because we need to fix a few things up. Yeah, we've got a few fun things planned in Carnarvon, so looking forward to that, as well as the other bits and pieces we've got to fix up. So make sure you check that video out next week. Cheers, guys.